You guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. So today, I want to do a quick video here, focusing on a posting I actually saw online and really wanted to kind of share my thoughts about it. It was something along the lines, and I wrote it down actually here, let's see. It said, fake, or let's say the notion of being fake, right, is becoming so acceptable nowadays that people get offended when you are being authentically you. I wanted to jump into that and really share my thoughts about that statement. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. So is it true that being fake nowadays is something that is more accepted versus being real, to put it plainly? I think there's some truth to that, sadly enough, but not 100% of the case. You know, there's some of us who truly do appreciate constructive criticism, and really those who shoot from the hip, if you will. I'll use myself as an example. Maybe in my earlier years, I wasn't so acceptive when it comes to getting that type of feedback from other people. But when it came to dishing it, I was all for it. I had no problem with that. I still don't. So, but, in all fairness, when it comes to receiving it now, constructive criticism, I can truly appreciate it. Because after all, how can one truly grow? How can you truly evolve if you don't take the good feedback as well as the bad? You know, I hear people throw the term around, snowflakes. I'm not quite sure what that has to do with being strong or soft. I'm not quite sure. It's probably this new age lingo, but I've heard it quite often. But, you know, there's some of us who are very old school who can take a few punches, if you will, when it comes to feedback, verbal feedback. And again, you have to understand that it's just only to help you, not to hurt you. When people are in the mindset that, oh, you know, you're just being mean by sharing this type of feedback with me. No, it's not the individual being mean. It's simply the fact that you have some deeper wounds. It could be childhood wounds that you have to tackle. Because if it could be something so simple, excuse me. If it could be something so simple as someone critiquing your work, and if it strikes a nerve in you to the point that you want to cry or shut down, then that's something that's on a deeper scale, that's on a deeper level that needs to be addressed. You have to really dig within self to figure out where that may have came from and why, and how to heal that part of you in the process as well. When it comes to healing internally, when it comes to emotions or past traumas, a lot of people would think that that's only something that younger kids go through or endure. They fail to realize that adults from all age groups encounter this as well. That's where the traumas themselves can be something that could be passed on. It could be something that could be bestowed generationally. And it could be done so in such a way that one may not even notice it unless another brings attention to it. I can't tell you the number of times I've had these conversations with various people in the consultation side of my business, where I've actually sat down and talked to people, really got them to dig deep and to examine where that sense of sensitivity may have came from when it comes to any type of constructive criticism that they would receive. And lo and behold, my, it turns out to be just that. Past childhood wounds. Not the little scrapes you get on your knees from falling, but actually deep wounds that was maybe something that they've experienced, that they've had tucked away for quite some time, but somehow came to the surface because of something that maybe a manager may have said, or an action that one may have done that somehow brought it back to the forefront for this individual. At that point, that's when you need to figure out, how am I going to address this? Because the more you hold it in rather than releasing it, the worse it becomes for an individual to move beyond it. It becomes a deeper issue. And forbid if you have a family, like little ones, who this could have passed, well, possibly, excuse me, who this could possibly be passed on to, is what I meant to say. Forbid that, because again, that's just you continuing that generational issue of that childhood wound. You have to find it within self how to squash the issue overall, so that this does not continue down the line generationally within your bloodline. Environmental trauma can also play a part too. That's another topic for another day, and there's so many YouTube videos on that. I'm sure you guys know that. But yeah, that's something else we can also discuss in another video as well. Also known as PTSD or CPTSD, and many other titles as well, but those were some of the ones that came to mind when I made that statement. I say all this to say that I really think there is some truth behind that notion that being fake is becoming more acceptable nowadays versus being authentic or keeping it real. There is some truth behind that, but I don't think it's completely 100%, as I mentioned earlier in the video. I think there's still some of us who understand the importance of why it helps to be authentic when it comes to your day-to-day existence, as well as when it comes to what type of messaging that you're sharing with others that you come across, whether it's people you work with, whether it's people that you're consulting, such as me in my consultation business, or when it comes to those who may be dear to you, family, friends, things of that nature. So I say all this to say, granted this may be our new reality, I think it would be really key, or would really help, if more people would try to go against it, go against that grain in terms of that notion. Try to make it so others are aware of why it helps to be truly authentic in all aspects of your life, whether it be authentically true to yourself, as well as being authentic when it comes to the messaging you're conveying to others as well. That is all for today's video. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts about that. The notion of whether being fake is more acceptable versus being authentic nowadays. Do you think there's some truth behind that? Which side are you on? Are you team fake? That feels so odd saying that. Or team authentic? And why? I know for me, I'm a team authentic all day, because not only in terms of my everyday existence on a personal level, but also when it comes to the business that I run, when it comes to those I come across in my day-to-day that I have to deal with, co-workers included. I rather keep it 100, or keep it a bean, or however you want to say it. I rather, keep it real. Keep it simple and keep it real. When it comes to any and all that I come across in my day-to-day. Because I would hate to ever get to a point in my life where, kind of go back to the previous video, where I'm sitting in my rocking chair on my porch, thinking about all that I've accomplished and done, to only think like, oh, I wish I would have said A, B, and C when I had the chance to. I want to be able to live life with no regrets, but within a certain level of means, not doing anything that's unethical or that could get me in trouble. But to be able to, as the old saying goes, say what you mean and mean what you say. And that is all for today's video. Consultations are still open. I think I have like at least 2 or 3 more spots available for Saturday. Friday is completely booked, you guys, and I'm not taking any more for Friday. But as far as the coming weeks, if you want to schedule, then you're more than welcome to if it's something that is of interest to you. Definitely don't hesitate to continue to reach out to me on the other platforms as well. You guys are really good about that with my other messaging boxes like Instagram, TikTok, things like that. Keep that going. Also, emails are just as good. I do check my emails. So I keep that open as well. But yeah, as always, I'm definitely sending you guys with love and light, and I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed, you guys.